Hello viewers, myself M. K. Bhaskar, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry at SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. In this video, I am going to give a video presentation on the topic the properties of carboxylic acids. Right, in our last video presentation, we have covered the preparations as well as some of the properties of carboxylic acids, that is especially acidity of carboxylic acids and what are the factors which influence the acidic strength of carboxylic acids and what is the effect of substituents on the acidity of carboxylic acids. Right, now in this video we are going to discuss about the properties of carboxylic acids. Right, you know, carboxylic acids are nothing but these are the organic compounds having at least one carboxylic functional group in them are called as carboxylic acids. You can see the structure of carboxylic acid, that is COOH. So this carboxylic acid consists of two functional groups, that is one carbonyl functional group, another one is hydroxy functional group. No doubt, apart from the carbonyl as well as hydroxy properties, our carboxylic acids will exhibit distinctive properties which we will see in the coming slides one by one. Right, coming to the, if we discuss the properties of the carboxylic acids, the carboxylic acids exhibits properties in various ways, and we can classify the properties of carboxylic acids under various headings so that it will be very easy for us to remember like this. So we can classify, we can study the properties of carboxylic acids under these headings. The first one is the reactions involving a hydrogen atom of the carboxylic acid group. The second one is reactions involving hydroxy part, that is hydroxy functional group of the carboxylic acid group. The third one, reactions involving carbonyl part of the carboxylic acid group. Fourth one, reactions involving alkyl part of the carboxylic acid group. And the fifth one you see here, that is the reactions of salts of carboxylic acids. And the sixth one, if at all the carboxylic acid is an aromatic in nature, then we will also see the ring substitution in the aromatic carboxylic acids. Finally, the special reactions of carboxylic acids. So this is what we are going to discuss in the coming slides in our video presentation, and these are the learning outcomes. By the end of this session, we are going to learn all these types of reactions which are exhibiting by the carboxylic acid compounds. Right, let us discuss one by one. The first one is reactions involving hydrogen atom of the carboxylic acid group. Right, you can see here in the slide, here our carboxylic acid is an acid, you know, whichever the compound loses H plus ions in presence of base and forms stable anion, those are called as compounds, acidic compounds. In the last video presentation, we have discussed the acidity of carboxylic acids. There we also explained the resonance stability of carboxylate anion formed after the removal of H plus ions from the carboxylic acids. So thereby we can say that carboxylic acids are the strong acids in organic chemistry because of the resonance stability of carboxylate anions. Here the carboxylate anion is very stable, which we can explain based on the equivalent structures. Right, the carboxylate anion will form equivalent resonance structures, therefore this is a very stable anion. Thereby we can say that the parent acid, that is carboxylic acid, is a strong acid. So with that we can say that our carboxylic acids reacts with metals to form salts, that is sodium carboxylate, and liberates hydrogen gas. This is the property of metal. You know what is a metal? Metals are nothing but these are the electropositive elements having less ionization energy. They loses electrons very easily because their ionization is very less, ionization energy is very less. So with that we can say that the metals reacts with acids and liberates hydrogen. So this is a test for metals, right? So this is an acid which reacts with metal and forms salts to give hydrogen gas also. Similarly, our carboxylic acid will also reacts with the bases to form salts along with the water. This is a neutralization reaction. You see here in the second reaction, the carboxylic acid reacting with the sodium hydroxide to give sodium carboxylate salt and water. Here the sodium hydroxide is a strong base. And coming to the last one, sodium bicarbonate, this is a very weak base, but our carboxylic acid is a strong acid, therefore it reacts with the sodium bicarbonate, which is a weak base, to form salt. However, the simple alcohols will not react with the sodium bicarbonate to give salts, but only our carboxylic acids will form salts with the sodium bicarbonate weak base, because our carboxylic acids are strong acids. Just now I told you that, because they form equivalent resonance structures which are exhibiting by the carboxylate anion, right? This is what about the reactions involving hydrogen atom of the carboxylic acid group. Second type, this you see here in this, the reactions involving hydroxy part of the carboxylic acid group. Here the carboxylic acids reacts with alcohols in presence of acid medium like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, or anhydrous zinc chloride to form ester as well as water molecule. This reaction is called as esterification reaction, because you see in this reaction the ester has been formed, right? So this is the esterification reaction. That is nothing but in this reaction the carboxylic acids reacts with alcohol to form ester, right? If you look at the mechanism of this reaction, the mechanism may involve two types of mechanisms. This reaction may involve two types of mechanisms. You can see here I have shown clearly in the slide. That is, the first one is in which there is a cleavage of acyl oxygen cleavage in the carboxylic acid, acyl oxygen cleavage in the carboxylic acid. In the second one, you see in this the alkyl oxygen cleavage takes place in the alcohol. Alkyl oxygen cleavage takes place in the alcohol. So these two type of mechanisms may take place in the alcohol. However, if you look at the mechanism of the esterification, that is reaction of carboxylic acids with alcohol, usually this reaction takes place via acyl oxygen cleavage mechanism, right? And usually in this reaction, you see in the reaction I have shown that the hydroxy group of the carboxylic acid in red color and the hydrogen atom of the alcohol in red color, because here in this reaction the hydroxy part of carboxylic acid and hydrogen atom of the alcohol will react to lose water molecule. They interact to give ester as the product. And here if you see, as the substituents on the carboxylic acid increases, thereby the steric endurance arises, so it becomes difficult for the esterification process. So with that we can say that as there is a increase in the alkyl part of the carboxylic acid or the alkyl part of the alcohol, then it becomes difficult for the esterification process. For example, if you take aromatic carboxylic acids, if at all there is a substituent at ortho position, then due to the steric hindrance, the ortho substituted aromatic carboxylic acids, that is ortho substituted benzoic acids, will involve esterification reaction with much difficulty. That means it is not easy for those ortho substituted benzoic acids to undergo esterification reaction, right? This is what about the esterification reaction. And if you look at the mechanism, that you can see this is the reaction, that is carboxylic acid reacts with alcohol in presence of acid to give aceter. This is a esterification reaction, and here you see this is a reversible reaction. This is a reversible reaction. You see the mechanism in the carboxylic acid group, the carbonyl oxygen having lone pair attack on the H plus ion, that is proton, in the acid medium to give carbocation in the first step. These carbocation with two hydroxy functional groups will react further with the alcohol to give the corresponding oxide ion, which is further, you can see in the second line, you can see there is a proton exchange from the hydroxy group to the alcohol hydrogen to the hydroxy group. So thereby we will get the corresponding ion, which will loses water molecule to give carbocation, right? This formed carbocation again loses H plus ion to give our final desired aceter as the product. This is what the mechanism of esterification. This is a reversible reaction. It is a reversible reaction. In this we will get the ester as the product, and here you can see clearly there is a cleavage of acyl oxygen bond, acyl oxygen mechanism. This is a, and here moreover you can see here ester hydrolysis. The formed aceter in the previous case, you can see here, this is the esterification reaction in which the product is aceter. Of course, this ester will also undergo hydrolysis in presence of acid medium to give back our carboxylic acid and alcohol as our product. This is called ester hydrolysis, because in this the aceter functional group will undergo hydrolysis to give carboxylic acid and alcohol as the product. This ester hydrolysis takes place in two medium, both in acid medium as well as in base medium, right? This acid medium is a reversible reaction, whereas this ester hydrolysis in base medium is a irreversible reaction. You can see here, right? This ester hydrolysis reaction in presence of base medium is known as a saponification reaction. That is a named reaction that is called a saponification reaction. We have already discussed this ester hydrolysis in the beginning slides of our first video presentation on carboxylic acids, right? Once again I am remembering you, recollecting you, that is saponification is nothing but this is a ester hydrolysis reaction in presence of base. It is a reversible reaction, right? This long chain containing aceters, long chain alkyl part containing aceters, upon hydrolysis in presence of base, we will get the sodium salts of long chain carboxylic acids. These are nothing but detergents. They are useful in detergents because they are having both the head and tail part in sodium salts of long chain fatty acids. Due to the presence of long chain alkyl part, it is a hydrophobic in nature, whereas due to the presence of carboxylate anion in it, that is a polar head, so therefore it is having the dual nature, that is due to the presence of carboxylate anion, it dissolves in the water, whereas due to the presence of long chain hydrophobic tails, that is alkyl part, they will dissolve in the they will dissolve in the dirt particles of the clothes, so thereby they will form micelles, and this mechanism is useful for these long chain fatty acids for them to act as detergents and soaps. So in this way, using this saponification reaction, we can prepare the detergents. This is what about the ester hydrolysis reaction, right? So here there is a note for you that esterification takes place in acid medium, that is a reversible reaction, you can see here, whereas ester hydrolysis takes place in both the medium, in presence of acid medium as well as in base medium, right? If you look at the example here, I have taken benzoic acid reacting with the methanol in presence of acid to give methyl benzoate as a ester, that is the product formed in this reaction, and this is the reaction in which we have taken the isotope of oxygen in the methanol as the reactant. This isotopic trace studies shows that our esterification reaction takes place via acyl oxygen cleavage mechanism. This is a very good support of evidence with which we can say that our esterification reaction in presence of acid medium will takes place via acyl oxygen cleavage. You see here in this there is a cleavage of hydroxy part on the carboxylic acid group and the cleavage of hydrogen atom on the alcohol part, so thereby they loses water molecule to give the ester in which we are having oxygen isotope on the alcohol in the product. So this is the good support, that is this is a good evidence for the formation of ester via acyl oxygen cleavage, right? Coming to the second reaction, that is reaction with phosphorus halides and as well as reactions with thionyl chloride. Our carboxylic acids reacts with phosphorus pentachloride as well as phosphorus trichloride to give acid halide, that is C double bond O Cl is a functional group, that is acid chloride. So our carboxylic acids reacts with phosphorus pentachloride and phosphorus trichloride as well as thionyl chloride to give acid chloride as the product, right? In the first reaction, the carboxylic acids reacts with phosphorus pentachloride to give acid chloride along with hydrochloric acid and POCl3 as the side products. In the second reaction, you can see 3 moles of carboxylic acid reacts with phosphorus trichloride to give 3 moles of acid chloride and phosphoric acid as the side product. Our carboxylic acid reacts with thionyl chloride to give acid chloride along with acid hydrochloric acid as well as sulfur dioxide. In this reaction, this is a intramolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Actually, in the first step, what happens here, H hydrogen atom, the OH part will loses to give acid chloride, right? This is a this is a intramolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? Coming to the third reaction, that is the reaction with ammonia. In this we will get amide as the product, acid amide as the product. You know, ammonia is a base, Lewis base. Our carboxylic acid is a acid, so they both react together to form salt, that is ammonium salt of carboxylic acid, which will further upon heating they lose water molecule to form acid amide as the product, that is C double bond O NH2. This is a functional group, that is amide functional group, right? Coming to the dehydration reaction, in this you see the 2 moles of carboxylic acid reacts in presence of dehydrating agents like phosphorus pentoxide or acetic anhydride or concentrated sulfuric acid. These 3 are dehydrating agents. We can use any one of these dehydrating agents. They will remove water molecule between the 2 carboxylic acid functional groups to form anhydride functional group, that is acid anhydride functional group, right? Alternatively, we can also prepare the acid anhydride. You can see in the second reaction, that is the salts of carboxylic acid reacts with acid chloride to give the acid anhydride as the product. This is the alternative method from which we can also prepare the acid anhydride as the product. This is what about the dehydration reaction, in which we will get the acid anhydride as the product by using dehydrating agents like phosphorus pentoxide, acidic anhydride, as well as concentrated sulfuric acid. So in this way we can prepare the acid anhydride by dehydration reaction, acid amide from the reaction of carboxylic acid with ammonia. We can prepare the acid halides by the reaction of carboxylic acids with phosphorus halides or with the thionyl chloride. And this is, we can also prepare the esters by the reaction of carboxylic acid with the alcohol, right? So in this way we can prepare the 4 functional groups from the carboxylic acids, that is esters, second one acid halides, third one acid amide, fourth one acid anhydride, right? These are the derivatives of carboxylic acids. These are the derivatives of carboxylic acids, right? In functional group analysis, qualitative analysis of organic compounds, in our degree level practicals, we have a practical on functional group identification in the given organic compounds using qualitative analysis, in which we have to prepare a derivative of the functional group. And here for our carboxylic acid, the derivatives are esters or acid halides, acid amides or acid anhydrides. These are the derivatives. That means we can prepare all these functional groups, esters, acid halides, acid amide and acid anhydride, from the carboxylic acids. These are the derivatives of carboxylic acids. We will get them by reacting carboxylic acid with alcohol. We will get ester. By reacting carboxylic acid with phosphorus halides and thionyl chloride, we will get acid halide. By reacting carboxylic acids with ammonia, we will get acid amide. By reacting the carboxylic acids in presence of dehydrating agents, we will get the acid anhydride as the product, right? This is a very important slide. These are the derivatives of carboxylic acids. Coming to the another type of reaction, that is the reactions involving carbonyl part of the carboxylic acid group. The right side I have shown you the general formula of the carboxylic acid, that is R attached to C double bond O OH, that is carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acids functional group COOH consists of 2 functional groups, that is one is carbonyl functional group, that is C double bond O, another one is hydroxy functional group, that is OH functional group. Even though it is having carbonyl functional group in the carboxylic acid, but if you look at the resonance structures of carboxylate anion which we get from the carboxylic acid, you see in the resonance structures 1 and 2, the oxygen carrying negative charge involves in the resonance by transfer of minus charge on the oxygen the minus charge will be shifted to the adjacent oxygen atom, thereby we will get the second resonance structure. These two are equivalent resonance structures because their structures are one and same. Both the structure 1 and 2 are having same connections in them. So those resonance structures, we will call them as equivalent resonance structures. Due to the equivalent resonance structures, you can see here there is no double bond character, that is C double bond O character. Double bond character is diminished in this carboxylic acid functional group. So thereby we can say that here you see there is a note for you that the carboxylic acids do not undergo carbonyl group reactions. That is, these carboxylic acids, even though they are having carbonyl functional group, but due to the resonance structures, the carbonyl double bond character decreases, thereby they will not give carbonyl group reactions. That means our carboxylic acids do not form oximes, hydrogen, phenyl hydrogens, and so on. Like whichever the reactions shown by the carbonyl group will not be exhibited by our carboxylic acids. This is what the slide tells us, that the carboxylic acids, even though they are having carbonyl group, they do not give carbonyl group reactions, which we can explain by the resonance structures, right? But of course, this carbonyl part of the COH group will undergo reduction to give alcohol as the product. You can see here in the first example I have taken the carboxylic acid which undergo reduction in presence of lithium aluminum hydride. In presence of dry ether solvent, we will get the alcohol. So this is a reaction in which the carbonyl part has underwent reduction using lithium aluminum hydride. Of course, only carboxylic acids will undergo reduction with the strong reducing agents like lithium aluminum hydride. These carboxylic acids will not undergo reduction very easily with the other reducing agents. You can see in the second and third reaction that in the reaction the reducing agent is sodium alcohol. This is a named reaction, that is Baviol-Blanc reaction, Baviol-Blanc reduction, right? In this Baviol-Blanc reduction, so in presence of sodium alcohol, the acid derivatives like esters, acid halides will undergo reduction to give alcohol. The carboxylic acids will not undergo Baviol-Blanc reduction, that is in presence of sodium alcohol, to give alcohol as the product. Only carboxylic acids will undergo reduction with the lithium aluminum hydride to give the alcohol as the product. This is what the reaction of carboxylic acids involving CO part, that is carbonyl part. Coming to the reactions involving alkyl part of the carboxylic acids, that is, in this the alkyl part will undergo reaction, that is especially alpha carbon, which is directly attached to the carboxylic acid group. We will call it as a alpha carbon. This alpha carbon having hydrogen atoms undergo chlorination reaction in presence of phosphorus to give chlorinated compounds, chlorine substituted compounds. That reaction we will call it as a HVZ reaction. Here HVZ is nothing but L-Olhard-Jelensky reaction, right? So in this L-Olhard-Jelensky reaction, what happens usually, there is a chlorination at alpha position takes place in presence of chlorine as well as phosphorus, right? You can see here in the first step, one hydrogen on the alpha carbon is replaced by the chlorine, so that is monochlorocarboxylic acid. Further, it will undergo chlorination to give dichlorocarboxylic acid. And here you see there is no hydrogen atom on the alpha carbon, so the reaction stops there. So in this way, this alpha chlorination of carboxylic acids by chlorine gas in presence of phosphorus powder is called as a HVZ reaction. This is a very useful reaction. If you look at the synthetic applications of this HVZ reaction, we can understand easily that this is the synthetic application of HVZ reaction. You see the alpha chlorination of carboxylic acid in presence of phosphorus, that is called HVZ reaction. This monochlorocarboxylic acids will further undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction with nucleophiles like cyanonucleophile or chloronucleophile or hydroxynucleophile to give alpha substituted product. That means at the alpha position the chlorine group has been replaced by the new nucleophile, for example cyanonucleophile, right? So which will further undergoes hydrolysis to give alpha amino acids as the product, right? In this way this HVZ reaction is useful to prepare the alpha substituted products, right? As well, you can see here this alpha chlorocarboxylic acids in presence of alcoholic sodium hydroxide, it will undergo dehydrohalogenation to give double bond as the product. This is the elimination reaction, right? Here is a note for you that alcoholic KOH is a dehydrohalogenating reagent. This is helpful in elimination reactions. Whereas the aqueous KOH, in aqueous KOH the nature of reagent is it is a nucleophile. It will be useful for nucleophilic substitution reactions. Whereas alcoholic KOH, here it has a basic character, so it will helpful in removal of H plus ion as well as Cl minus ions. So thereby we will get the dehydrohalogenation, so thereby it undergoes elimination reaction, right? This is what about the synthetic application of HVZ reaction. Coming to the another reaction, that is reactions of salts of carboxylic acids. The heading itself indicates in this the salts of carboxylic acids undergo reaction. So here the first one is heating of sodium salts of carboxylic acids with soda lime, that is sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH. Here the sodium salt of acetate ion reacts with sodium hydroxide. Here I have to take NaOH. Actually there is a print mistake, there should not be 2 here, right? So this sodium salt of acetate ion reacts with sodium hydroxide. Upon heating it loses sodium carbonate and gives alkane, that is methane, as the product. Similarly we will also get the higher alkanes in presence of electric medium, that is electrolysis of aqueous solution of the sodium salts of carboxylic acids. We will get the ethane as the product. Here the carbon dioxide, potassium hydroxide as well as hydrogen, these are the side products. This is what about the electrolysis of aqueous salts of carboxylic acids. In this we will get the higher alkanes, that is ethane. Coming to the third one, that is heating of ammonium salts. Right, these ammonium salts upon heating loses water molecule to give amide, acid amide, as the product. This is one of the derivative of carboxylic acid. We have already seen in the previous slides, right? Coming to the fourth reaction, that is dry distillation of calcium salts. The calcium hydroxide reacts with carboxylic acid to give calcium salts, right? These calcium salts, calcium salt of formic acid, that is calcium formate, calcium salts of carboxylic acids are called as calcium carboxylates. When we heat this calcium formate in the first reaction, you see the 2 molecules of calcium formate will undergo disproportionation reaction to give formaldehyde as the product. Here calcium carbonate is the side product. Similarly, if you take calcium carboxylate, calcium salt of carboxylate, upon heating we will get the keto as the product. Similarly, if you take both the mixture of calcium salts of formates as well as calcium salt of carboxylates, we will get the higher aldehydes, that is RCHO. Right? In this way, we can prepare the formaldehyde, ketones as well as aldehydes by the dry distillation of calcium salts. Right? This is what about the reactions of salts of carboxylic acids. Coming to the ring substitution in aromatic carboxylic acids. If at all our carboxylic acid is a aromatic carboxylic acid, you can see here benzoic acid. In this, the COH group is attached to the aromatic alkyl ring. So therefore, this is an example of aromatic carboxylic acid, that is benzoic acid. You see in this benzoic acid, carboxylic acid is a electron withdrawing group. So thereby it will deactivate the ring of the benzene ring. So thereby there is a decrease in the electron density in the benzene ring. You know, always the electronic effects are more effective at ortho and para positions. Thereby the carboxylic acid group effectively withdraw the electrons from the ortho and para positions. This is called electronic effects. What is electronic effects concept? According to this electronic effects concept, always the electronic effects are more at ortho and para positions. Right? So here our carboxylic acid is a withdrawing group. It withdraws the electrons from the ortho and para positions. Thereby there is a less electron density at ortho and para positions. You can see there is a partial positive charge on the ortho and para positions. So thereby always this benzene ring attached to the carboxylic acid undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction at meta position. Right? What is electrophile? It is a reagent which loves electrons. Electron loving species are called as electrophiles. So in this, the electrophile always undergoes substitution at a meta position. Right? So you see here our aromatic carboxylic acids will undergo reaction at the ring. That means substitution reaction, because we know aromatic compounds undergo substitution reaction, especially electrophilic substitution reactions. Since our carboxylic acid is a meta-directing group, it will direct the incoming electrophiles towards meta position. You see in the first example, that is a halogenation reaction in which the hydrogen atom at the meta position of the carboxylic acid group will undergo substitution with the bromo group. Thereby we will get the meta-bromo-benzoic acid as the product. In this, the FeBr3 is the Lewis acid catalyst, which is helpful in generation of electrophile, that is bromine electrophile, which will attack at the meta position to give meta-bromo-benzoic acid. Similarly, from sulfuric acid in the second reaction we will get the SO3, that is neutral electrophile, which will undergo substitution at the meta position to give meta-sulfo-benzoic acid. Right? So in this way we can say that aromatic carboxylic acids will undergo reaction at the ring positions, that is ring substitution, that is especially electrophilic substitution reaction at meta positions. Right? So here the aromatic carboxylic acids will not undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation as well as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction, because this is a ring deactivating group, that is our COH group is a ring deactivating group. Thereby the benzoic acid does not undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Right? This is what about the reactions in aromatic carboxylic acids. So if you try to summarize what we have learned about the properties of carboxylic acids in the present video, we can recollect that the important points are: the carboxylic acids undergo various types of reactions, and we can easily remember the properties of carboxylic acids by doing certain classifications, that is the carboxylic acids, in which the reactions involving hydrogen atom and hydroxy part, reactions involving carbonyl part, reactions involving alkyl part, reactions of salts of carboxylic acid, reactions in which the ring substitution takes place. So these are the various headings from which we can easily remember the properties of carboxylic acids, right? Now I think you are very comfort with the properties of carboxylic acids what we have learned in the present video session, right? And if you have any doubts, please post your questions in the comment section. Your questions will be answered there, right? Finally, thank you for going through the video presentation. Thank you. Here is a proverb for you: nurture the nature for the future. Thank you one and all.